What if I told you you could enjoy your life more, even during quarantine, by taking a little bit of you time? No, I'm not even talking about self-care this time, although it is very important. But what I'm really talking about today is personality typing and how to really look at it to see what depletes you and what fuels you up. Fuel is energy, guys. So today we are going to be using the ENNEAGRAM to see how we can get more energy and stop feeling blah during quarantine. Welcome back to My Mother's Daughter podcast, where we choose to focus on the controllables, jump off the hamster wheel of grief, and take steps to honoring our loved ones by living a life filled with gratitude, joy, and abundance. It's time to get stubborn about what we want and choose to lean into who we were meant to be, while drinking too much caffeine, owning way more workout pants than we'd like to admit, and dreading that nightly dinner talk almost as much as waking up early. You feel me, sister? I'm Angel McElhaney, motherless daughter, positive psychology junkie, and not so master juggler of my crazy crew. And I believe that you can heal and find happiness after loss. So grab that coffee, put down that to-do list, and let's get to work. One day at a time, together. Let's get started with today's show. Hey guys, first of all, I want to take a second to honor all of your feelings of uncertainty, and I want you all to know that I am thinking of each and every one of you. This is such a serious and just all-encompassing, stressful thing that we're going through right now that I don't want to dismiss anyone's emotions. I feel like anything that you're doing that's the best that you can do, okay? It counts. Whether that is investing in your rest, which is a very, very important habit, honestly, or whether that is trying to take the time to focus on self-care and get into a routine that benefits you and your overall mental health, all those things. Please go back and listen to the episode with tips with Brooke Zuzo. She is a therapist and she has helped us figure out some tips on how to relieve anxiety and that sort of thing. So definitely pause this, go listen to that if that is what you need. Today, what I really want to talk about is I teamed up with Michelle Porterfield this week, and we are in a Facebook group giving so much value on how to set vision, how to get clarity on really who you are and that self-awareness, how to prepare for when things go off track and ultimately stand back up if you fall down. How to just know that self-worth to where you can just keep pushing through and use your habits to focus on one day at a time together, which we know I am all about that. So we're going to be increasing that mindset piece of that. But one overarching thing that kept coming up is that I just want to get stubborn a little bit, bring out my 8 a little, to where I want to use this time to build community. I feel like I'm missing that. I feel like I want to see people's faces. And I want to enjoy life more, okay? This has it's forced us to slow our life down, to kind of reflect and take stock over what we maybe even want to add back in. Guys, my 16-year-old is hanging out with the 5-year-old. They were riding the scooter together. It was amazing. He's giggling and laughing. I see him more. He's interacting with his little baby sister, who's 1. He is just, I know that later this time we'll end up feeling as if it has packed years of interaction that his siblings would have missed out on. Because with technology and friends and social life and the demands of being in honors classes and all that, they just weren't getting that attention. And so definitely when things go back to normal, I want to be super intentional on making sure that we keep those things up, maybe, prioritize, change things around. But it is not lost on me that there are some things that are really great that have happened out of this. And I am choosing to focus on those so that those can amplify. And in the meantime, kind of knowing about ourselves and our personality type, I know it has helped me to kind of know where I go in stress so I can kind of be more aware and know how to get back into that healthy, relaxed, secure place, which for me As you guys know, I'm an 8. So with an 8, that's a challenger. And when I am stressed, I withdraw. I disengage. I have less drive. I'm just not very productive, okay? I'm not like speaking up like I normally would, you know? It's almost like I am a wallflower, like I'm standing on the edge of the room just waiting for someone, like, who's going to betray me, who's going to do me wrong. and it's not a good place to be. Okay, so I take on the negative traits of a 5, and then when I am in my flow, when I am just relaxed and secure, I am a 2, which, can we just get an amen for the magic power and love of that? You have the power of the 8, and then you have the love and compassion of a 2, and that's where I want to be. So in order to bring that out, my fellow 8 friend, Michelle Porterfield, and I have decided to do a Facebook challenge. If you would like to check it out, it is going on right now, this whole week. It is bit.ly/enjoyyourlifemore. There's a couple questions just to make sure that you are not some spammers. We're making sure that very, very cautious about who we let in there, because it's become this amazing, vulnerable place where people can share their visions, can share their fears, and can really just do the work to get into a better place, and at least have some community. I feel like I just miss people's faces. So, among other things, I'm going to appreciate hugs more. I'm going to be just loving just being able to have coffee with a friend, go on anywhere, honestly. The grocery store, like, without having fear would be nice too, but I digress. All right, so today I'm going to talk to you about some personality typing with the Enneagram. If you haven't already heard about the Enneagram episode that I have, you can go pause this and go listen to that so you can get an overview of that, because for the sake of this, I'm not going to go through all of it. I want to be respectful of your time. And then also, if you find something of value of this, do me a favor, guys. Just screenshot this episode, share it over onto social, and tag me in it. On Instagram, I'm angel.mcilhaney, and I'm Angel McIlhaney on Facebook. I would love to see what you're taking from this episode. And the biggest thank you that you can do for me if you get value of this is to pause for a second, go to the review section, leave me a review, or even go to Facebook if that's where you hang out. Just leave me a review to the show. It really does help to spread the news, spread the amount of people we can reach with this. And especially if you want to you want to enjoy your life more. You want to take this time, and I'm not saying only for the people who want to do all the things and, clean out their garage and all the closets and all the areas. I'm talking for people who even want to intentionally rest. I am talking for the people that are realizing maybe this is too much time with their family and they need to intentionally take a walk alone every day. Maybe, just all of the things. So, all right, let's get started. So the number 1 that I'm going to start with is the perfectionist. So if you are an Enneagram 1, then when you are stressed, you're going to go to the negative traits of a 4. So you might become to be a little bit more dramatic, moody, alienated. You might even become more critical and a little judgy. And this can't be fun for your family. So if you're noticing it, definitely take a step back and go get you some time alone. That would be a great strategy for you, because maybe you need that time to kind of clear the noise. During quarantine right now, you're probably not liking that people aren't following the rules. You really like justice. And so this is a time for you to kind of focus on what you can control, which is yourself. And so just be mindful of that. It might be helpful if you tune out of social media or the news, or pick a certain amount of time that you're going to invest in that and then remove yourself, because ultimately you don't have control over those. And then when you are healthy and secure, you are more spontaneous, you're less critical, you're more fun. So think about things that you like to do that bring those out in you, and maybe put yourself in situations like that. So maybe you should do a Google Hangout or one of those things with your friends and just kind of cut up and have that time to unwind, okay? That might be a good way to kind of draw out that 7. And then if you are number 2, you're a helper, okay? The helpers are struggling right now, guys. They want hugs. They need people. They really want to have that desire they want to have that love, okay? And what I've noticed is that some of the helpers out there I see them making masks. I see them trying to like find some toilet paper for some people. And this is all different ways for them to kind of show the world that they're still here. I still love you and all that. So that could definitely be a way for you to kind of help your helper role, I guess, to appease it, So when you are stressed, helpers, you will get a bit more aggressive or direct. And the thing about this is that you're not really overly comfortable with that. So you're going to have some guilt. And so you might get a little more snappy and that sort of thing. So in order to do that, you need to find other ways that you can show your love. I know that writing letters or leaving like packages at people's doorsteps might be helpful. Finding a way that you can help is going to be the solution for you to get out of the stress mode, which is that 8. So you're going to move to an 8, the negative traits of an 8. And then when you are in your good zone, when you are like at your core, just like in the flow, you're going to be at the good traits of a 4. You're going to understand you're going to understand emotions, but you're also going to be more creative. You're going to learn to separate yourself from others and not have that need for so much like validation from other people. All right. And so next up is we have the achiever. The achievers are the people where you see them like stop and go. Like they almost don't know what to do with themselves right now because they're used to kind of being super productive. Okay. They're usually, the producers of like getting the stuff done, So the achievers, when they are stressed, they are going to disengage and be less really, they're not going to try. So they're either are all in or they just don't try at all. And so when they're stressed, you're going to find maybe these are the people that might want to take a whole day to just sit on the couch and watch Netflix. Like they are withdrawing totally. They're not going to feel productive and they're going to feel like they are total fraud because typically they are so committed to achieving. That's actually where they take a lot of their value. And so, and this can be a little bit hard for them. Being stuck at home, they're going to probably need a strategy would be to do projects, to maybe follow a schedule. And honestly, that would help them to just intentionally rest and not feel guilty about it. When they are relaxed, they are going to move to the healthy side of a 6. So loyal, more cooperative, and more committed. They're going to probably maybe be really invested in those family times and like bringing people together, whether that be like the Google Hangouts and that sort of thing, because they like to be cooperative in groups. So maybe you would find that they're playing outside with their kids and that sort of thing when they're relaxed and healthy and secure. So number 4 is the individualist. And so when an individualist gets stressed, they're going to go to a 2, but they're going to maybe be a bit more clingy. They're going to feel that little bit more of that need to kind of have that love and validation from other people. But they're also going to probably they're going to have more of their identity wrapped up into someone else instead of being an individualist. So an individualist, when they're relaxed, they're going to be grounded. They're going to be more practical and more in tune with their emotions. Maybe they'll journal. Like this would be a good way for someone to get into that relaxed state is to journal, maybe write poems. If an individualist, or if you're a 4 and you're feeling stressed right now, it's a great idea for you to get into that creative zone and use this time to paint, write songs, or whatever it is that you love to do. If you're a 5, we're doing 5 next. 5 is the thinker. So 5s, you love information, okay? So whenever you are in stress, though, you're going to become a bit more scattered. You're not going to be your normal, methodical person. You're going to probably have a little difficulty finishing projects, become a little more risk-taking. You're going to go into a 7 when you're stressed. You also might even seem a little bit more hyperactive, which is totally not like you. So on a 5, whenever you are relaxed, you're going to become more self-confident. You're going to have those good traits of an 8. So you're going to be more in touch with your body. You're probably going to be the leader of something. You're going to have all of those good assertive type of traits, but without being overbearing or anything like that. So I could see you trying to solve a problem, honestly. So maybe in this pandemic, maybe you are figuring out how you can get supplies to certain, organizations or something. You're going to probably take the reins on something because you have all that knowledge, and you'll be able to have the confidence to kind of put it into play. So a very powerful thing when you're relaxed. All right, next up is a 6. Now the thing about 6s, because they're the loyalists, you've already thought of all of the worst case scenarios. So you're actually kind of okay. I mean, you still have probably a little bit of anxiety and that sort of thing, but when you're relaxed right now, you're actually going to be more trusting in yourself and in your decisions, and you can relax and be in the moment. But when you're stressed, you're going to be a bit more competitive and take on traits of a 3, which it'll have this feeling of you being busy, but not really, I picture like someone moving stuff around, or like writing a to-do list before they check it off. Like you write stuff that you've already done maybe on there just to like check it off. But when you're stressed, you're going to be fear driven. So you're not going to be, you're just not going to be at all like getting things done. You're going to be a bit frazzled. You're going to have kind of this competitive, like a headbutting type of thing with people. Maybe you're going to, see these people who are getting wine and be like, they got wine twice. And like you're evaluating all of that instead of just kind of being more relaxed. So, all right. So then there is the 7. The 7's the enthusiast. They are kind of struggling right now because they can't be around people. All right, so they're not having that fuel that they get from other people and faces. So if you are an enthusiast, you probably are going live on Facebook, or you are doing a Google Hangout or playing games virtually or that sort of thing. You're probably also trying to find a lighter way to kind of deal with this. So maybe you're putting some funny memes out there or that sort of thing. Or if you're healthy and secure, this will help you to kind of go to the positive side of a 5. So you're going to start to relax more, have more follow through, be more punctual in your day. You might actually follow a routine instead of starting projects and stopping them, maybe you'll have just a little bit more, you'll be more clear, I feel. And then when you're stressed, you're going to be so sarcastic, critical. You're going to blame others for everything, more victim role. You're going to move to the critical mindset that a 1 has when they're not, the negative traits of a 1. So you're going to be more stressed and critical. All right, and then next up is an 8, which I've already kind of talked about the 8, so I'm not going to go too much into it. I talked about it earlier because that's what I am. So the 8 is the challenger. If you don't know the description of each one of these, again, go listen to that episode. It will be helpful. But when an 8 is stressed, we move to a 5. We move back and we observe and worry about like being betrayed, or, we can get a bit... we're making a mountain out of a molehill. We'll take one, they didn't write me back, they don't like me, I don't know, I wasn't invited to the Google Hangout or whatever it was. So, we can be feeling a bit like betrayed, or looking out, like who's out to get me. And then a challenger, when we are in our flow, when we are doing great and feeling relaxed, we are protecting others, we're taking charge, and we are having the magic of the power and love of the 2. So the 2 and the 8. So that is why we are doing this group, guys. So if you are not in our Enjoy Your Life More Facebook challenge, go head over there. We would love to see you over there. We also have a self-discovery workbook that I've developed that can help take you through each and every module. So the modules are clarity, vision, prepare, and then habits and mindset. And so each one of those will have some trainings that are in the group, and then some work for you to kind of put into practice what we're teaching on. And I definitely think it will add value to you, especially in this time, to just get over the blahs that is associated with the quarantine. I hope to get with Michelle and do an episode where we can kind of wrap up some takeaways from each of these modules for you. So keep an eye out for that. And in the meantime, go check that out. The last one I have for you is 9, and they are the peacemaker. And when they are stressed, they're going to be a bit more anxious. They're going to take on those negative traits of a 6. They're going to feel more indecisive and feel busy but not getting anything done, like I mentioned before. The peacemaker, whenever they are in their flow, when they are really like just relaxed and healthy and secure, they're going to invest more in themselves and get more done. So they're going to have that less of that slothness that the 9s can sometimes have. And so I hope that you guys take this to get your energy up and so that you can do more of what makes you happy. In the end, we all are in this together but separate. And so what a beautiful thing for us to connect and really use this time to learn a bit more about ourselves and what we want and what we can do to help out and ultimately get to that healthy and secure place in our personalities. All right, well, wishing you joy and abundance, Angel. Hey mama, before you go, if you found value in today's podcast or you learned something new, stop over to iTunes and leave me a review. I love hearing what you are thinking of the show and also connecting with you over on social media. You can find me on Instagram at angel.mcelhaney or on Facebook. So check the show notes for that crazy last name. And until next time, I just want to remind you, you are capable, you are strong, and you can do the hard things. Wishing you joy and abundance, Angel. Hey guys, I almost forgot. I have to hop back on here because I have to tell you that I actually packaged all of this up into a super nice freebie for you. So if you would like to get this all laid out for you so you can see what your number is and where you go when you're stressed and when you're happy and secure, definitely make sure that you check out the show notes because I will have that there and you can get all of that information so you can up your Enneagram in energy. So let's go, and I hope that you guys will let me know how this really impacts you over on social media. Can't wait to hear. See you guys.